morning, students. Welcome back after your summer vacations. Today I am sharing with you recapitulation of the chapter civics, that is what is democracy, why democracy. So let's see first what is the meaning of democracy. It is a form of government where people has a power to choose their representatives, and after that representative will form the government. They will make the policy on the behalf of people and according to the powers and functions given by the constitution. Of course, people have a power to remove that representative if they will not work properly, if they will not do their duty properly. So what is the word meaning of democracy? So let's see that it has been derived, the word democracy has been derived from the Greek word that is demokratia. Demo means the people and kratia means the rules, so you can say that democracy means people's rule. So according to Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest president of USA, he defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people and for the people. These are some difference between democratic government and non-democratic government, so you can get a clear picture what is a democratic form of government. Some features of democracy we will discuss in detail. Let's see the first point, that is rulers elected by the people. In democracy, you know that it is a form of government where the people representative participated in the decision making process. Okay, they have their responsibility. They are the examples where responsibility of representative of people are chosen, but they are not allowed to participate in decision making. And where it happens in dictatorship and monarchy form of government. In Pakistan, let's see this example of Pakistan so that you will have a clear picture of what is democracy or what is first feature of democracy. Pakistan, people formally have elected parliament. Okay, parliament members are elected by the people, but the real power is those who is not elected by the people. Okay, so you cannot say that this is a democratic form of government. So let's see the case study, that in 1999 General Pervez Musharraf, what he did, that he overthrew the democratic rule. Okay, and he declared himself as a chief executive of the country. He also issued the legal frame order. According to that, the president, okay, that is the Pervez Musharraf himself, he can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Okay, the work of the civilian cabinets is also supervised by the National Security Council, and it will be dominated by the military officers. So here you can see that final decision making powers, though there is a election for the national and provincial assemblies, then also the final decision making power is in the hand of the Pervez Musharraf. So here you can say that the final decision making must rest with those elected by the people, then only you can say that it is a democracy, but you cannot say here that it is democracy. Free and fair elections. Free and fair electoral competition means what? Okay, that to choose the representative through the election, and that election should be free and fair election where each and every person must have a equal right to vote. Now we will take a case study of China and Mexico. You know that in China elections were regularly held after 5 years. Okay, national, and they have a elected parliament called National People's Congress. Okay, and this National People Congress, they have a power to appoint the president of the country, and there are nearly 3,000 members from all over China. Now before contesting election, a candidate needs the approval of Chinese Communist Party. That means the government is always formed by whom? By the Chinese Communist Party, by the member of the Chinese Communist Party. Next example of Mexico, that every 6 years, elections also held there, but the country has never been under the military and dictators rule also. But what happens, every after 2000 every election was won by the PRI, that is Institutional Revolutionary. What does this party do? That they win the election, but they use dirty tricks to win the election. What they does, that sometimes they shift the polling booth. Okay, all the government officers and teachers are used to force parent to vote for PRI. And media also largely ignored the activities of opposition political parties except to criticize them. So it used a large sum of money also for the in the campaigning for its candidate. So should we consider as a this country as a democratic country, because their elections were not free and fair. In first case study you have seen that China is not having the other party, they don't have the people of China, they don't have other options. And in second you have seen that PRI, they always use the dirty tricks to win the election. So you cannot say that there is a democracy in this country. One person, one vote, one value. You know that each adult citizen must have one vote, and one vote must have one value. Now, this true democracy grants its citizens right to universal adult franchise. It means that all adults have a right to vote without any discrimination, and each person can cast only one vote. All the votes are counted. But there are some exceptions. See that there are many countries where equal rights are denied. For an example, in Saudi Arabia, women do not have a right to vote. Estonia, where they have made its citizenship in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority, they find difficult to vote. In Fiji also, indigenous Fiji, they have a more value than the Indian Fiji. Next example, that the state should respect some basic rights of citizen. People should free to think, to have opinion, to express their views, to form association, to protest. Okay, everyone should have equal in the eyes of law. Now let's see next case study, that is Zimbabwe. Okay, in Zimbabwe what happened, they attained their independence in 1980. Now ZANU PF, that is a party that led the freedom struggle. Okay, they have given the independence to Zimbabwe, and under the leadership of Robert Mugabe. Now Mugabe was a popular but also used unfair practices to win the elections. So constitution, what he does, that he amended the constitution so many times, and every time he has increased his power, and which made his government less accountable, less responsible. Opposition party workers are harassed, and their meetings were disrupted, and public protest against the government was also declared illegal. Television and radio are controlled by the government, that means censorship was there. So a democratic government rules within the limits constitution set by the constitution, law, and the citizen right. So you cannot say that there is okay, of course Robert Mugabe was a popular leader because he has given the independence to that country, but he always used the unfair practices. Okay, and he doesn't work under the constitutional law and citizens right. So you cannot say that they are under the proper, they are acting according to the constitution. So it is not a proper way of democracy. Now of course you can see that okay, if there are some arguments in support of democracy, there are merits of democracy, but that why the country should opt the democratic form of government. Okay, so some arguments in support of democracy are: it is more accountable as it is acting according to the need of the people. It improves the quality of decision making because the decisions were taken after the consultation. It provides a method to deal with the differences and conflicts. Okay, for an example, India, you know that there are so many languages speaking people, so many religion. Then also a democracy can deal with the differences and conflicts. It allowed to correct its own mistakes. Okay, if they does any kind of mistake, then they correct it by its own. It is a better form, it is better than the other form of government. You can say that monarchy rule से and dictatorial rule से तो democracy बहुत अच्छा है. So you can say that it is the considered as the best form of government. Many a times ask question, why democracy is the best form of government, or why democracy is a better form of government. Why democracy? Now it is accountable, it is decision making. Against democracy, okay, some demerits of democracy are also there. Let's see. Leaders keep in changing, okay, in democracy, so leads to instability. Okay, after 5 years, you know that if the government is not working, it is not fulfilling the aspiration of the people, then what will happen? Again it will change the government, right? So next 5 year again it will change. So what happened? It keeps on instability. Again, if it will not work properly, again the government will change after 5 years. It's all about political competition and power play. You know that, okay, in during election campaigns and dirty tricks were done. Many people have consulted in democracy, so leads to delay. Of course, after in democracy the decisions were taken after consultation, after meeting, and so that it will take a lot of time. A representative democracy is one which the people elected the representative to the legislature. So now let's see, that is the broader meaning of democracy. Representative democracy. Representative democracy means what happened? We always elect our one representative, and that representative act on behalf of the people, right? So the representative will form the government and govern them. That representative whom we have elected, they will form the government and they will govern them. Okay, so this is all about democracy. These are some points which will show democracy and dictatorship. It will make you easy to write the answer why democracy is the better form of government, right? Like powers lies in the hands of people, people has a right to choose their government, then people enjoy freedom of speech and impression, all citizens are equal in the eye of law, policy are made for the benefits of the people. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me the questions. Okay, students, bye.